Right now, the way the world be, the most powerful president of the world, the most powerful force in the world right now, apart from God, are coronavirus. Because right now, as the coronavirus, all the cause problem, we be say, it need to let everybody sit down and think. And it got funny, see the decision where everybody they take, now the opposite one. Yes, prevention. When we go, yes, see people don't do lab, they test this virus, and they make sure say they go find solution. Because if we're not finding solution, we cannot quarantine people forever. We cannot force people. Coronavirus just shut down the entire Italy as a country. Coronavirus also don't make them postpone the match between Arsenal and Manchester City. Coronavirus, it make Valencia fans, they say they not enter stadium. But you know the funny thing about the human race is you can't stop humans from their passion. The fans still dey outside stadium gather together in their thousands. So if coronavirus wey be say they avoid for inside the stadium, e go still, if e dey among them, that na if, a big if e dey among them, that gathering where they gather outside the stadium, if for still reach there, you see, because they go touch each other, like that, even though say they disappoint their fans always as they lose. Well, anyhow, when it be, I'd always like tell us some things. It's good to be motivational speaker, it's good to encourage people, it's good to advise people. But you see, not be everybody where they do things and you just carry your advice you go give. For instance, you cannot see somebody where they plant corn. You see and say they plant corn, granite and beans. You say this your corn, your farm, they go grow like Iroko tree. Come, what an apparel you they put, it's not good. Somebody not fit they do small business. You can't they give a hope, they tell and things, say the thing go big. Person they grow chicken, you say the fowl will grow like elephant. Not be so it be. Sometimes more could stick to the things the way they be. Even if not faith, get the way faith could move, it will come like saying magic and God need to do magic. So more could advise people in relation to what they do. You can't see me they do online TV. I just start and next you say the way I did so I suppose they compete to Super Sports and Sky Sports. Guys, calm down. Not so the matter to be. Well, my name is Daffy Matthew Esiogene. You like to call me the Eleguete One Sports. This now the Talking Point show for Inside Eleguete TV and Eleguete TV Radio. And as we take the make I give on some of the news we will say a day before I go to the plenty people will drop their voice note on the show. I swear small. We not get the AC light not there, so wanna bear with me. This Smith position as Aston Villa coach. They don't the question I'm say like say not be the right decision they make. It like say they go need to ship him out because as this way this Smith they try well. Paris Saint-Germain poster boy not be name Kylian Mbappe as a run rich, you can only run past Terigi if you want to run mad. That's what Terigi talk. This guy as a run rich, he not feel run past Corona like that. Not be say Corona don't catch him on, but Toyota Corolla, they thought say they won't go do test for the guy, make them know whether he go fit play against Borussia Dortmund. You know, so they lose the first leg 2-1, and he gets sore throat and they behave. So kind behavioral pattern way they show resemble person we get Corona. Well, the man of the moment and the man of the time, now this man will be said don't break Zlatan Ibrahimovic record, and they talk about Josip Hilik. And the amazing thing is say Atlanta, this is not their first season playing in the UEFA Champions League, but they know they behave like saying that their first season because the way that they perform, their performance is just the sweet of body. So what they call her? This man to say the older he gets, the better he be. Be like saying a wine farm, and for Bonham the way they so be like saying where they produce wine, and for Bonham because now only wine they get better with age. And Joseph Illich will be 32 years old. He scored 4 goals against Valencia, even inside the Mastelia. Sometimes he go when they play match behind closed door. So as he banging those 4 for Champions League for Atlanta, so Atlanta don't progress to the next round. Well, Valencia supporters, as I talked before, they do rock and roll for outside. They shout. It not stop it their team from losing by 4-3 to come make them 8-4 on aggregate. Then a basketball scoreline. Well, as I did so, Jose Mourinho he dey cry saying a lack of attack. The way he dey talk, but if you look Tottenham Hotspur very well, you go notice say na defensive problem na dey kill them. And if we know Jose Mourinho well, Jose Mourinho is the godfather of defending, parking the bus and all that. Like all the buses where they park Lagos State Loma don't told the bus, so they not fit see him again. So now that be the thing. But the match when we say they lose to Leipzig one way or the other, it be like say people like Glenn Hoddle and you what do they call her, Peter Crouch, they say be like say Hugo Lloris, the French World Cup winning goalkeeper of Tottenham Hotspur, he bet a home team to win. by 3 goals. I make am do am like that. So make we go. Not to say what would they talk about Chineme Martins for Nigeria for that weekend match we play for Nasarawa, and he collapsed, swallow his tongue or he die. Well, why would they complain here? And the messy way where we say the first aid we no green move happen, exactly the same thing happen for inside the match between RB Leipzig and Spurs. Nature, I hear one thing, they say the lesson where you no green learn for house, outside will teach you. As we see they argue here and they say it's possible, not possible. Well, the same thing happen for them, but because of good medical facility, because of people that know their work, people that they use their canoe, people that they put better sense to their work, Nodi Mukele he survived. It was in a Nigeria league he play now. Maybe if or not survive, my God, I know. Well, one man for Spurs, Dele Ali, he don't come out say, look, oh, they're supposed to show maturity, they're supposed to fight for the team, but they don't fight for the team. I made them lose, come up for Champions League. So the team don't do somehow. Like I tell you, say this coronavirus not only say it affects sports and human being, the cause problem, it also get financial implication. If the English FA decide to say they don't want to play the league matches again, or they want to cancel matches per game, na £3 million, now they go lose per game for insurance money. So you see the way this thing be. Footballers also come out, come to say that Godontello Association, that PFA, so Professional Footballers Association, they're supposed to even speak out, they're supposed to even come in support of players, even talk, because Corona not what you plan for, you don't know, now force major. So at least they're supposed to come and come speak, but they know they talk anything. So players now they complain, say they get lack of support, they don't even know where they could go. Their own association, things just the way it did. Aston Villa say they don't tire to drink water, so they want to cut down the drink water contract, say because the guy he had problem. He need to play well. Not only saying he need to play well, but he almost headbutt one of his teammates, whether they call Jota for training ground. That one alone, he don't reach see the frustration, don't do too much, so made the carry and go. Rio Ferdinand, he don't come out, come to say if Mourinho like make it talk yapa zid, make it talk anything you want to talk. You see the blame of Tottenham's collapse now in hand today, because as a coach he's supposed to inspire, motivate, push the players, raise them up, create tactics. Rather, he criticize them publicly. The same way he do for Manchester United, the same way he do for Chelsea and other places. And that criticism now make these sports players they play like deaf way, they fall apart. Now, good news for Manchester United fans and Manchester United Football Club. Paul Pogba, he don't talk and say, oh boy, when they watch Man United, where they play right now, so he say the body sweeter, come like that time, this is Zlatan Ibrahimovic day where they go win Europa. In other exchange, mind now say no one go anywhere again. Real Madrid, they go there because they suffer. Juventus, he no one go back again. He don't go there before. Second coming, they always cause problem. So, they ready to sign a new 5 years contract, but they go increase in money so that everybody could just stay happy. And so the matter to be. Well, now for here, after the story, so I go to go on this Shengele break. When I come back, I go take the voices of the people.
Voila, it's your boy Pablo. Yeah, and you're welcome to Session with Pablo.
This is the MC.
Welcome to Everything with Alison.
Welcome to the Sports Lounge on Elegbete TV.
This is Swisscope.
You're welcome to the Talking Point Show.
So what makes a good story?
Something that makes everything around me want to write.
What are the challenges you face as an upcoming artist? Nothing good comes easy, my brother.
No, because
in science you have to understand what we are doing, how they got there.
Ndidi is the best defensive midfielder in the world right now.
Ndidi deserves to be on that platform.
It's Elegbete TV Radio.
My people, now welcome back. Yes, thank you very much. And yesterday we waka go Surulere for the meeting where we say it be the pre-season ushering the new Surulere League season. You know, say this season, they don't change and where the team don't they catch that. So if you did follow football, you that around Surulere, make you find time, take go watch matches as they go start. Well, they say they put finishing touches you on this show, so you go hear everything we say we need to give you the update and the rest for inside Elegbete TV. Don't forget to subscribe and also put the notification button so that anything where they happen, banga, you don't first get alert before any other outsider. Straight away, Moko go to the voices of the people because they say the voice of the people and the voice of God. Moko hear from the first person where we say it on the show today.
Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Victor. I'm calling from Port Harcourt. Yes, between last month and this month, we've lost 2 players on the Nigerian Professional League. Now, the first one, the SARS issue. My question here is, what is the sports body, the SWAN, the journalist, and NFF doing to bring justice to that SARS officer?
All right. Thank you very much, Victor, all the way from Port Harcourt. I don't really know what the sports body, how they say take them up with SARS. I think that the death of that Tremor Stars player, now the biggest opportunity we will get to fight this SARS fight to a standstill, because SARS don't disturb, kill, maim, and harass people. The difference between SARS and Boko Haram I don't really know anymore. But having said that, I think that I thought I heard the other day that the Inspector General of Police don't disband SARS. But how true that is, I don't know, because some people say it was SARS, say they harass them. But I think that the Nigerian Football Federation, after the killing of that player, supposed to make a move to the National Assembly, and then the National Assembly will make an official statement or make another move to the presidency, where the president will make an official statement. That would help. But this is what I've always said, and I will insist on this. See, you don't get whatever pronouncement they make, don't take it for granted. Anybody where you gone, anything they tell you, may they do it. I rather, because most times I consider person who gone as armed robber. If you obey armed robber don't attack me from my house before, so I know what it mean. Yeah. If you obey them, chances are that unless they decrease, chances are that you'll come out with your life. You might lose properties, but you go regain them. Armed robber come my house, take my TV, collect my laptop, collect my phones, my wife, trinkets, and the rest. We'll recover from them. I'm not sure say that person better pass me today. But imagine how they follow the drag with that gun with the carry, they shoot us or shoot somebody, the wala, the trauma might not go finish. So I think that's the way to go. But I still expect that the Nigerian Football Federation is supposed to move on that. Then the second death, we saw what happened. Negligence, lack of facilities and equipment and all that. But that does not exempt the fact that people can still have all those equipment and person will still die. But like I always say, make we get all those equipment. You can never be too careful. It is better to err on the side of caution than to play to the gallery. If I better say all those equipment there, and then we don't do everything what we need to do, but the player died. That time we go no say, well, we do what a man supposed to do. Right now, you always in the consciousness of everybody say, if to say this one day, and then can't think of what can happen for the sports match, say the same situation happen, and the guy they save your life. You can't even make people think more again. Say if to say they do what they're supposed to do, the players supposed to be alive. Chineme Martins for still they alive. Well, may God give the families with depart, the families of the person with depart, so the fortitude to bear the loss, and God encourage and support them in this their time of difficulty. More go to the next person.
My name is Xavier. I'm calling from Kirikiri Town. My take is on the MPFL player Chineme Martins that died on the pitch over the weekend. For me, it's a very pathetic state, and it's painful that this time of the world, where there is advanced technology in every sphere of life, I will still have to lose a player on such conditions. And more painful is the fact that in an MPFL match, you don't have certain health apparatus on ground rather. The extent that we learned that the ambulance was parked at the stadium was just a show off, an ambulance that couldn't start. So for me, I would like a situation whereby the league management committee are held responsible for the guy's life, for the guy's loss of life, and also the team which the guy featured for. It's high time we start holding certain administrators and certain people in charge in leadership position accountable. We can't just continue to lose the lives of our players on such grounds, which is not supposed to be so. So I wish, and I hope, and I'm very hopeful that these guys deaths won't just go like that. That certain people are held accountable and they are made to pay, and if possible, face the full wrath of the law. Thank you.
All right, Xavier from Kirikiri Town, thank you very much. The point where you raise, it is strong. Actually, I think it was this morning I was talking to my friend in the US, and and he said something. He said if this thing happened for like abroad now, there will be a very strong suit, and this is how the suit will go. The lawyer of the family of the deceased, the Chineme Martins, and I'm not trying to stir up controversy, but this is the conversation I had, and I relay am the way the person said, we even watch this video, we knows that they will sue the club, join the state FA for the suit, join the LMC for the suit, join NFF for the suit. Then they will get enough expert witness to prove that the boy died due to negligence. If they can prove say the boy died due to negligence, no matter what happen, they will get due compensation. And then he now throw up one question. He said, head of Edafe, since you follow the league well, how much be the insurance premium on the life of that boy? Honestly speaking, I don't feel answer. I don't call a few people, try to get answer to that question. I never figure the answer. So I think it's a conversation that I will start on Twitter when I finish recording this show, and I'll try to ask questions. Shineme is dead, yes. But the family cannot lose on both sides. There should be compensatory reward. When I did for Babanawa, and this is shameful to say, but I have to say it. One of our players, if he died, we went to Benin to go and bury him. Wear trash suit, put one ball for the casket. Went to Benin and bury him. Guess how much I gave the parents? That was 2004. And Shana, what made me, one of the reasons why I decided to resign with that 50,000 naira. So I sat down and I was thinking, this boy, his life is worth 50,000 naira to his family. There is no such thing as we'll pay your salary for the next 5 years, we'll do this, or the full value of his contract, because he had a contract, he signed a contract with the club. The full value of his contract paid. So I think these are some of the things that we need to do. Lawyers should look into this. Now, opportunity for now to also make money, because if you fight this kind of fight, money come out, if you collect 10, 20, 30%. It's as simple as that. This is how people grow abroad, and this is how system change. Once people know, say, okay, people go feel sue, more will not end the conversation just for social media. Unfortunately, I can't sue because I'm not a party to this, but those who can should take it up and do whatever they want to do. I know say the football authority go hit me for this. I know say clubs and LMC and NFF go hit me for this. But you see, it is better for our system to be better, to be set right going forward, than for us to manage mediocrity and keep happening, this to keep happening, and we just end up in hashtag and social media conversation. I'm not one of those persons. I'm always saying that what is important for Nigeria is a lot more important than what is important for a certain group of people or individuals. I just hope say we'll go learn lesson from this one and progress. Thank you very much, Savior, for raising this issue and also giving me the opportunity to vent my thoughts on this matter. I'm going to move to the next person.
This is Ibrahim Badin, calling from. Yeah, I just want to talk about this Tottenham issue. I just can't still pick out the issue. Yeah. Is it that Mourinho is the problem, or players don't just want to play for him? Senior Molas, help me analyze this issue.
Ibrahim Ade, the Tottenham issue, a tired person. If we want play to the gallery, we will just put all the blame for Mourinho on lap. It could be easy. That's the easiest way. But we could think our mind back, because one of the things we declare our judgment right now is this fact: Tottenham Hotspur under Mauricio Pochettino played in the Champions League finals. But that not be the whole story. The whole story be say in the season, last season when they played in the Champions League finals, as the season was going, their league performance don't they drop. Things were not going well, things were going bad. So the team don't hit a height. They needed refreshing, they needed new players, they no sign. So this not the result of the decay. So let me use the human anatomy to explain them to you. You see, whenever you hear say somebody get kidney problem or liver problem or cancer, not be the day where you hear them, not be the problem starts. This thing don't they build up small, or heart attack. Not be the day you get say the person get heart attack, so not be the day start. It don't they build up, arteries on the block, air no they go well again, blood no they pump well again. Then one day it will just trigger. When it trigger, things when they come out from inside feel lead to death, feel be stroke, feel be a whole lot of problem. Now, if you want treat them, even if you carry the person go the best doctor, in this case that doctor now is Jose Mourinho. If the person cuts you open and decide to treat you, you not go feel well instantly. I never see person who get stroke say just recover instantly. It go take a lot of time. First treatment to stop whatever they cause that stroke. Then you can't go through what they call rehabilitation, and it's a gradual process. So now the same thing with Spurs. I know say people not go agree with me, or people look at differently. There's no such thing in football as a magical tactics. So let me bring it to Manchester United. Before they signed Bruno Fernandes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go. He's a bad coach. Ed Woodward don't know what to do. Then all of a sudden, Bruno Fernandes coming. The same players, the same defenders, the same goalkeepers, the same Martial, the same midfielders. Just Bruno Fernandes. Football be like puzzle. Sometimes you go meet time at a time where we say the puzzle don't complete. Remain only just one piece to put. And you go put time, you go do well. Look at Real Madrid. One time, Zidane come in, the puzzle they almost complete. Just come in, they win 3 straight Champions League in 2.5 years. Zidane was a magician. Right now, look at Zidane, look at Real Madrid. He signed more players than he has ever signed in his previous time. He get more control over the team right now than he's ever had. But the puzzle, this time around, they meet the puzzle where the puzzle scatter. And this puzzle needs a lot of time to put together. But the expectation of the fans and the board, they within a very short time frame. So it can't be like say Zidane no sabi coach. It can't be like say the 3 Champions League when you win. Now luck. But how can you win 3 Champions League with luck back to back? It's for me, it's not possible. So now some of those things we need to look at and judge Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho need to have a full season. Levy need to also agree, say yes, I bring in Mourinho for something. They're not gonna play Champions League next season. No. They're not qualified for Champions League. Maybe they all forget them. Signing the players when you need. If now Europa they go play, that's even better. Let them start from a lesser competition that they can compete and win. Signing the players that Mourinho need, win whatever they want to win and move forward. People are quick to talk about Mauricio Pochettino. Oh, his team was attacking. They're not wimping. History does not recon with a team that was attacking. As Arsene Wenger last 12 years, they were all attacking. But you know where they remember pass? Now those FA Cup where they win. 3 FA Cup in first season. And that one people remember pass. So if to say they win something, even the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, if it makes sense. So they are still the same way where the qualification for Champions League might not be available this season. But I think at the end of the season, they will do well. Sometimes too, you also need the building to collapse completely for you to build something new instead of doing patch. So this pause, they need to collapse completely and then start again from the ashes of defeat. That's not the way it is, Sasha. But make I go to the next person.
Elevator TV radio. Now watching the talk. Current location K2. Yes, so my brother. What a wonderful result for Leipzig doing home and away win against Tottenham. Coaching by is he number 1 or I don't know what I would call him, Jose Mourinho. Though it wasn't surprising to me, for them losing 1-0 for the first leg, because we know that Tottenham, some of their key players, they are injured, like Harry Kane, Son, and Co. But no matter what, it's a very painful one to me, because caliber of Mourinho, I wasn't even expecting him in the first place to go for Tottenham job. But I don't know if it's desperation that led him to that. I hope next season the Tottenham management be able to, give him some money to get some of his favorite players to execute some future matches. And secondly, Atlanta, they really surprised me. Even both in Italian league, the way they are even scoring is very amazing. I think they are really done well. I still wish I can see that they are still going far. I wish them very well. I can't wait for the next match between PSG and Dortmund. I know it's going to be a cracker. And lastly, let me quickly talk about Enyimba, the CAF Confederations Cup. It was very painful exit for them, or for me. I'm not happy, but I know it will be a very tight road for them to overcome against Royal. But nevertheless, it has shown that African clubs have been dominated by Northern Africans. If you look at the Champions League and even the Confederations Cup, they are mostly dominated by the North Africans. I don't know why is it like that. I wanted to put more, share more light on this. Thank you, bros. You're doing a great job. Thank you very much.
Okay, Oluwaseun, thank you very much for your well-articulated contribution to the show. For Jose Mourinho, the part where I don't understand, I say you did disappointed that he go Tottenham Hotspur. in the heat of argument, viewing center argument, you go see people talk, say, if you want to prove that he's a good coach, you should go to a smaller club. Pep Guardiola, this one. Now, he go to small club, all of a sudden, when I don't they disappointed. Now, that one, they always surprise me in this conversation. How many seasons does it take for a coach to be a failure? He came into this team halfway through the season. The season not really. They were closer to relegation than the top four when he come in. He started a good run, and then players begin get injured. At that point, I cannot 100% blame Jose Mourinho. Like I don't talk before. I want to see when they will give them time to sign more players, and then we'll see what he will do. I don't think Jose Mourinho not on bad coach overnight, and I think this generation were too quick to celebrate the failure of people. I don't know why that is, but it shows how plastic we can be. Somebody who's won 2 Champions League in 2 different clubs, in 2 different leagues, for Porto and Inter Milan. Somebody won 10 league titles across 3 or 4 different leagues. And we wake up and think that the person is not good. The most successful coach in the English league in the last 10 or 15 or so years would think that the man is not good. Sometimes it is hard. It is hard to figure it out, but then that's so the matter be. Now let's come to Atalanta, where you talk about. You know, the thing we're good about Atalanta, when every time I look at this Atalanta team, the first thing they come to my mind is the way the team, they arrange themselves. You know, a team that plays a typical 3-4-1-2 formation. The beauty of this is, one way or the other, Atlanta be like the former Mourinho teams. He use old experienced players who look like dead and buried. If you look at Giuseppe League before, you know, believer Leandro Gomez, and our players will say they don't get anything to play for. But you see, footballers will not get anything to play for are the most dangerous because they just want to make a mark, put their name up there and deliver. And that system is working well for the team. Another good thing with the team is it'll be like RB Leipzig. You don't really know who to mark out. When Spurs won't play RB Leipzig, English press, everybody say, mark Timo Werner, make sure his back is to the goal, don't make him face the goal, they will not score. Well, somebody has scored 2 goals. Timo Werner was not the problem. And so this type of team be. Now so that FC Porto team where Mourinho coach be too. There's not a single player you can just mark at. The Barcelona way Pep Guardiola coach, now so it be. People talk a lot about Messi, but they forget that squad had Pedro, they had David Villa, there was Xavi, there was Iniesta. People come from different sides. At some time there was Thierry Henry, at some time there was Yaya, sometimes there was Keita, different people, Samuel Eto'o. There were different players who could come from different places to hurt you while you're focusing on Lionel Messi. So that's what's working for them. They might not be able to repeat it next season, but who cares about repeating it next season when you can do it this season and enjoy it? And you know where the Atlanta they now, they'd already achieved their best. Now let's move to another team where they wear blue like Atlanta, and that team is Enyimba. Well, after the first leg, I remember somebody asked me on this show, say, what I think for him, but I struggle not to be too negative about it, but I know saying I end of the road for them. Their coach, Fatah Osho, come out and say, nah, they use chemicals on them. I struggle to understand the kind of chemical where they use on them. You know why they talk so? Let's say they use sniper. If it affects the Enyimba players, it's supposed to also affect the Royal players. They come home to Enyimba ground, they draw 1-1. So I don't believe that chemical thing. I think that Enyimba had reached the end of the road. Some people should learn how to take defeat and move on with it. I don't know how true that accusation is, but Enyimba is Enyimba. They don't do well on the continent before, and when they succeed on the continent, nobody begrudge them. So they should also take defeat gracefully and move on. Having said that, you talked about Northern African teams and their dominance. Well, over the years, Northern African teams are the most organized in terms of football organization in Africa. The time when they lose their grip coincide with when you get that Arab uprising where there was riots in Libya, in Egypt, in Algeria, and Morocco. After that time, they don't come back again. They don't define stability. So they are back to what they know how to do best. That time, at the time when people like Tipi Mazembe and the rest, they take advantage, dominate. We, for Nigeria, we were still doing back and front, doing business, football business wrongly. But now, North Africans are stable. There's stability in their country once again. Their money is, their currency is good, their economy is good. They are signing better quality players, running the league the way they're supposed to run it. So they are obviously going to dominate again. Well, we can move to the next person. We'll not stay on this matter for too long.
Hello, Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Matthias Jacob, calling from Korodu, Lagos State, Nigeria. My take today, so numerous that will make it so snappy. Now, Atalanta, 8-4 aggregate in the Champions League round of 16. This is an incredible achievement. And they are still competing to remain in the Champions League spot in the Spain, in the Italy, pending the time their league will resume or whether they are going to call the league off finally for the season. Do you think they have what it takes to go all the way, even to the semi-final of the Champions League? They might even surprise many people and find themselves in final of Champions League, because the way they are playing, I begin to afraid, because they might be the giant killer in the Champions League this season. Beating Valencia 8-4 on aggregate is not a joke. And my second take is on the Tottenham Hotspur and Jose Mourinho. Don't you think Jose Mourinho needs to go for a sabbatical leave, or even leave football for now? Because, like you said in the last episode, on the episode 19 of this show, that Mourinho is finished. I think today's match shows that Mourinho is finished. Maybe you want to take excuse of some players that have injured, but if all those players are there, RB Leipzig will wire them like say they be Otondo. Mbappe, they say in the show symptom when they don't go do test for am. Now then they wait for the result, making waka come out to this coronavirus, Elegbete TV. Don't you think this virus will disturb a lot of league in this season? Italy have gone on break, and many league will be playing behind closed door, like Spain, France, and some other league. Now, if all these superstars get tested positive for coronavirus, all the players go dey afraid of going and play other team from another country. This one dey baffle me. Elegbete TV, please let me talk about you are doing a wonderful Nado.
All right, Matthias, you sabi take time, sha. But thank you for your contribution. Atalanta, we don't talk about Atlanta. There is nothing I go add again, and you don't say. But my own take, we say nothing is stopping them from going all the way to the finals. In 2004, something magical happened in Champions League. Two unknown teams, two unexpected teams played in the finals of Champions League. FC Porto and AS Monaco. That team where Adebayo been play for. People forget that part of Monaco. So if all the big teams know who themselves well, and Atalanta and maybe one other team, maybe Man City, people play in the finals of the Champions League. It is possible if they don't meet each other, but let's see how it goes. Talking about coronavirus, we cannot talk about coronavirus enough. But let's come to Jose Mourinho, where you talk. Well, I don't really completely say he's finished. I say people say he's finished, but let's give him time. The time will take come too short for us to just conclude on him. And let's not forget that Spurs know they do well when they take over Spurs. Spurs were losing, they were sliding down, drawing matches, dropping points. And then as they come in, players injured. I not blame him now. I'll still give him the benefit of the doubt of a full season. And then sabbatical not be the solution to bad performance. Sometimes the pieces of the puzzles is not just complete. So let's give him the benefit of that and then see what will come out from him at the end of the day. Let's move to the next one.
This is the voice of Alani Adefumule Benjamin from Ibadan in Oyo State. What I want to talk about today now about this 32-year-old, should I say whiskey, the one they call Julian Nagelsmann, the manager of RB Leipzig. in Germany. We saw how he dismantled the once upon a time special one over both legs. That is Jose Mourinho of Tottenham Hotspur. Leipzig booked their place in the last 8 of the Champions League, winning 4-0 aggregate with some fantastic football. And it's surprising seeing a 32-year-old manager doing this. And it's just something else. Now I'm thinking, are Leipzig one of the teams to watch out for in the Champions League this season? I mean, these guys played wonderfully well both home and away against Hotspur, Tottenham. Even okay, maybe Tottenham were not in the best form, but at least we saw how this team from Germany dismantled them, and they are even contesting for the Bundesliga. Should other teams in Europe be scared of Julian Nagelsmann's side? And going forward, is this young guy on his way to becoming one of the best managers in the game?
Alani from Ibadan. First off, I like your name. I don't know what you mean. Or maybe next time when you drop a message, tell us what Alani mean. But I just love the name Alani. Reminds me of my friend Akin Alabi. That one is also from Ibadan. Julian Nagelsmann. I not agree with is RB Leipzig the team to watch out for. RB Leipzig has been the team to watch out for from the moment they qualified for the Champions League. But don't forget, say they top their group, a very difficult group. They top them. So beating Tottenham home and away. When we be honest here, football is about form and availability of players. On the day for both legs of the games, they had a better squad than Tottenham Hotspur. Forget Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho does not just the feather of eagle not go make fowl fly. So if you put the feather of eagles inside the cage where fowl dey, you can't expect it because eagle feather they could just fly. That only happens in cartoon. It doesn't happen in real life. So Julian Nagelsmann don't do a good job, but we've seen younger coaches do this. I think I go see and make it conquer. A young club did more than this. Even took Dortmund to the finals of the Champions League and lost that. Won the Bundesliga. Nagelsmann never win anything. A young Fabio Capello performed magic with different teams. Beat FC Barcelona with a very poor AC Milan team. Took them to the finals. Won the Italian League too. Went to Spain a couple of years later. Won the league in 1997. Younger coaches have been coming and going. Young Mourinho did his own too. Young AVB doing his own too by winning the Europa Cup. So we've seen all of this before. Nagelsmann, I don't want to take anything away from him, but the way people, I don't see a plenty reaction. Once you win Jose Mourinho, you become like the greatest coach of all time. The truth of the matter is, young coaches are supposed to deliver. Young coaches are supposed to perform at a level, and then we'll know that okay, they don't arrive. And then after that performance, they need to put in consistency. What makes Jose Mourinho different from the lots of coaches, young coaches who step onto the stage and deliver, is the fact that once he stepped out onto the stage from 2003 when he won the UEFA Cup with Porto, the next season he won the UEFA Champions League, the next season he moved to Chelsea. He made a club that's not won the league for 50 years to win the league back to back. That is how you make a statement. So is it the coach to look at for? Obviously yes. The next question is, would he live up to the hype? That's another thing to look at for too. So more could put their hands, they watch and see. But I won't say that it's RB Leipzig the team to watch out for. I'd already made that comment like at the beginning of the season that they are the team to look out for. But they're not likely winning the league. And Champions League is open for the share. Them, Atlanta, Man City, and any other team. Barcelona. I still fear Barcelona. I don't know why. I still fear them because they can just perform any magic. Are the teams to look out for to win the Champions League. But let's see how it goes. And finally, our last contributor for the day.
My name na Neji. I dey call from Ikom for Cross River State. Wetin I wan talk for today for the talking point show on top Elegbete TV radio now onto this coronavirus matter. We don dey slow down football. To me, e dey pain me because fans na a very big part of football, and for fans not to come dey involved for
matches just because of this virus. E don dey kill the game, but they say health is wealth. Without health, nobody will be able to enjoy the games. So I think na good thing na in these governments dem for all these countries wey coronavirus dey don do to dey play matches for behind closed doors, and some matches sef make dem no even play at all. E good like that. But I just dey pray say make this virus end before summer come, because this summer we get enough competitions wey dey, from Euros to Olympics. How we go take do? Well, na wetin I wan talk today on top the Talking Points show for Elegbete TV Radio. Thank you very much, Mr. Elegbete, for this opportunity. My name still be Neji from Ecom, Cross River State.
Right, Neji, na true word you talk. The thing sef dey bother me. But you know, in your line of health is wealth, I find everything wey be say I need to hear and I need to know in that. Based on say anyhow wey you look am, na because say sports, especially football, na everyday activity. Now every day of the week there is a game. There is game on Saturday, on Friday, on Thursday, Europa, on Friday games, Saturday games, Sunday games, Monday night football, Tuesday Champions League, Wednesday Champions League. There is football everywhere, you know. That's why we feed the talk am like this. Imagine the tourism industry. We get people talking. The reason why when I dey analyze the reason why Italy was hit, now because of the tourism pilgrimage to Italy, the city of Venice and the Vatican City for the Pope prayers and all that. So now make a hit Italy well. Look at the economy, look at the people life wey go dey at risk. If they not do all this stop, if it cause problem. And like you rightly mentioned, the Euros and the Olympic are at a risk right now. I fervently pray. On one side, I'm happy that Africa is not as hit as the rest of the world. What thing would shock me past now? Say they discover corona for China. European countries have been more hit than any other part of the world. Does it mean that the China to Europe link is a bigger link? This is also the time again where the ease of transportation and movement within countries don't become a curse rather than a blessing. Well, either way is when it be. They say the rain will fall for goat has go also fall for dog has, but we not pray may this one happen. As it happen for that side, so my biggest prayer I made a quick find solution, made a fix the problem. I also happy at one point say not be Africa they face this one, because we could just die like fowl. Nobody go care. It go take time before they go even. We will not start to the fall down, they die for streets before they go begin look for solution. So it go where the people they naturally proactive, where they work hard, where they go look for everything to fix the problem. My prayer now make it not escalate faster, because if you come Africa like this at this rate, so it go hard well. And Neji, every time when you drop in a message, you're calling on this show, it make me happy because officially now you be the first fan we calling into anything what would you do in this station, whether for the TV or for the radio, and we're very grateful. All right, guys, Mona no verso, but Mona try to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You just search for Elegbete TV for YouTube, subscribe, and then click on the notification button, and then you go follow. No, also the one that say how people say they drop their voice where you know fit. The easiest way, the way to join, and I say you go join our WhatsApp group. How to join our WhatsApp group? Follow us for Twitter at Elegbete TV Radio. Once you follow us for Twitter, you will see the pinned tweet there. I would like make our producer even copy and put that for the screen. Maybe for the link waiting for that to just click on with your WhatsApp phone. You go automatically move into the group. You can contribute, drop your voice note and everything like that. Everything go fine. So like I did talk before at the beginning of the show, it's good to motivate and inspire people, but not inspire people onto things where we say. It will come like say you they send a message to go kill themselves. Motivate people within the space of their strength. Not see person with the plant corn. Tell us say it can go grow like a mango or iroko tree or palm tree. Let them get the best of corn or granite or rice or beans and the rest of them. And so the matter to be. I still remember your brother and your friend. They're like, what I want to spot that I respond. I'm going to eat that Matthew.